G'day, g'day, g'day. Okay, hello to everybody out there. Hello to all the men, women and children in Queensland. Hello to the Queensland leaders. Hello to the your state and federal leaders. Okay, the Queensland leaders are all going to be busy getting ready for re-election, and our up and coming future leaders are going to be ready for election. So exciting times. Big shout out to my family, my lovely wife Cherry and my friends. So today's post is just going through a recap of everything. So first of all, we want to start out with and I will say hello to the foreign corporations as well. We're probably not ever going to be meeting up for tea, coffee or public debate because none of you guys are residents in Australia or have businesses here or phone numbers here, but hey, there's no harm in being polite and courteous. So all the domestic terrorists that we've listed have been given 30 days to cease and desist all business activities, and also to leave Queensland and Australia, because domestic terrorism under the Public Safety Act is not allowed over here. So I'm going to read that out shortly. Bear with me, it's a bit windy. So just before I start up, we'll go through the Public Safety Act just for people that haven't heard it. So the Public and Safety Preservation Act 1986, folks, an act to provide protection for members of the public in terrorist, chemical, biological, radiological or other emergencies like we have today that create danger of death, injury or distress to any person, loss of or damage to any property or pollution of the environment, and for related purposes. So 30 days from the official notifications. And to all the lovely people of Queensland, our state leaders and our federal leaders, we have the best state in the world. We have the best country in the world, okay? We've already got all the infrastructure. Our leaders know we've got the law and justice systems, and we've got our defence force, and we've got everything in place to make Queensland and Australia a better place by removing the foreign corporations which are interfering in our health, religion, education, lawmaking, politics, literally every part of our lives. So Queenslanders don't like it, they don't want it anymore, they've said no. The Public Safety Act was put in there to protect them, and yeah, it will protect them. So getting back to what we're going through today, and bear with me, it's a bit windy here today. So we'll just have a big shout out to all the domestic terrorists that have been named under the Public Safety Act, okay? Just as a reminder. Okay, so we're going to go for Bayer. Anybody doing cloud seeding. Now, cloud seeding now includes any aerial spraying of any chemical, toxin, poisons. So big shout out to all the people that are dropping chemicals and poisons from our skies. The answer is no. No more. Never again. Not in Queensland, not in Australia. You have been declared a domestic terrorist under the Public Safety Act 1986. So that's just letting you guys know. People that are putting poisons, toxins and chemicals in any animals that are our food, that's horrific. Or even our pets, that's animal cruelty. Anybody transacting in COVID tests, whether they be a rat or a PCR, that is domestic terrorism, because they cause harm, distress and even death to people. All the anesthesiasts out there, you guys know that the government recently, under foreign interference, so it's not their fault, they put up a new ABC, so they get paid for their time, they get paid for how long they've been doing it, and they also get a bonus for giving extra therapeutic substances. So the answer is no, that is domestic terrorism. Stops. You can say no. If you can't say no, call me and I'll teach you how to say no. It's easy. Okay, selling human blood. Anybody caught selling human blood from when we declared it onwards is a domestic terrorist, okay? Any transaction in baby fetuses or baby parts, still breaks my heart to even say it, but hey, it's wrong. It's got to stop, and it will stop, because you are a domestic terrorist if you do it. Okay, anybody, all medical practitioners, directly or indirectly, giving drugs, chemicals or toxins to any man, woman or child, especially pregnant women. This harms people, hurts people, causes people distress, even kills people. That's domestic terrorism, no more. okay? Soon there will be none of the foreign corporations supplying the poisons, so there'll be no financial incentives for you guys to do these harmful things to people. Blood pressure tests manual. If you have a manual blood pressure test and a medical practitioner, listen carefully, you are a domestic terrorist. You can choose to use the more accurate electronic ones, but once again, if you interfere with or manipulate the electronic ones to get a false reading, that's domestic terrorism as well, you've been told. Okay, breaking consent or any legal order of no consent, okay? That is domestic terrorism. It's very serious. I witnessed it happen to my wife, and it stops. No more. We love our women and children when they don't deserve this. Child trafficking, okay, including the Child Protection Unit. We're going to keep families together. We're not breaking families up for money, so we're not removing children from families' homes for money. Okay, if the children can stay with their parents, they will stay with their parents, because domestic terrorism can also go to the people working in the Child Protection Unit if their intentions are bad, okay? And to all the people working in the Child Protection Unit, hello, it's Skipper. We've talked, we've met, been through it a lot, okay? And it is domestic terrorism to do the wrong thing, okay? So you can say no, and from now on, hopefully you will be doing the right thing and saying no, because you know, you guys are our leaders. You're law enforcement, our justice system, and we can't have the people at a law enforcement and justice system becoming domestic terrorists, because it's wrong. Queenslanders don't want it. Australians don't want it. Okay, so yeah, no more unnecessary removal from any children from the home. You know, keep the children with their parents, because this leads to other problems. Let's support the mums and dads. Anybody abusing the MBS scheme. My wife is basically a medical pinball machine, because it's all about money, and you know, pregnant women don't need prodding and poking and all these unnecessary tests. It leads to stress, pressure, distress, harmful situations, and even death. It's domestic terrorism, no more. So also, especially any unnecessary tests, including radiation poisoning, which includes x-rays, CT scans and MRIs. It's domestic terrorism doing unnecessary tests and giving people radiation poisoning. You can't be doing it, okay? It's against the law. The Public Protection Act of 1986 says that it's domestic terrorism. World Health Organization, hello. World Economic Forum, BlackRock, Vanguard, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Novavax, Moderna, Covax, Sanofi, Quadrivalent, Vaxxus, Fluoride. Anybody making fluoride or cyanide, that's domestic terrorism, and it stops. It's very serious domestic terrorism, because you're poisoning mass amounts of people. Okay, you know what you're doing. It's time to stop it. CSL, Merck, GSR, BioNTech, Sinovac, Zi-Fi, which is ZHIFEI, the Serum Institute, Johnson & Johnson. Hello, all the foreign corporations I named that are domestic terrorists. Skipper again. It's just a quick reminder. Some of you have got about 21 or 22 days. Some of you have got 25 days. But yeah, you do have to cease all business in Queensland and Australia. You do have to destroy all the poisons that you're harming people with. And you do have to leave Queensland and Australia, because we don't want domestic terrorists harming our women and children and our men. We don't appreciate it, we don't like it, we don't want it, and our law says it's domestic terrorism, so it will stop. Our leaders will be enforcing the law, because the leaders are in place to enforce the law, statewide and federally. They're there to protect us. The Safety Act of Queensland 86 is to protect the public, okay? It's not to protect the domestic terrorists or the politicians, it's to protect the public. So all the men, women and children, especially the pregnant women, will get protection. So they're the people we've named, okay? So we just go through a few other points, and we've got a couple of new domestic terrorists to name today. So, a couple of new domestic terrorists to name today. So I've been in contact with all the news corporations, and I did want to publicly thank ABC, and I also did want to publicly thank, it was either Darling Downs Health or Queensland Health. They put up a post that all pregnant women have to have an injection of some poisons or toxins or chemicals as a vaccine, and we all know any poisons, toxins or chemicals given to pregnant women will not only cause harm and distress, it can also cause death to the mother and the baby. So that's domestic terrorism, and it's not okay, and it stops. So all of the news corporations, I'm just going to name a few, we'll just go 7, 10, 9 and ABC, and all radio stations. So if you are doing propaganda and you're promoting this propaganda through media, social media or TV, that's domestic terrorism, okay? And it has to stop. Stops today. From today, you've got 30 days to cease all business, indirectly or directly, with any of these domestic terrorists. Now, the last one for today is, I witnessed my wife being forced against her will the most horrible mind-altering drugs you've ever seen. It's disgusting. It's fentanyl, oxytocin and other mind-altering drugs, okay? There's no laws to protect our women and children because these horrible drugs cause harm, distress and death, all sorts of other problems. So any person prescribing, selling, stocking, trading, any involvement directly or indirectly, doesn't matter how you're involved, it's domestic terrorism, okay? Any drugs, toxins or chemicals that affect the mind. So I'm going to have a big shout out to all the psychologists and psychiatrists. Hello, it's me, Skipper. So if you are giving any man, woman or child, especially a pregnant woman, poisons, toxins or chemicals that affect the mind, it is domestic terrorism, and you are going to be declared a domestic terrorist. Okay, now you have to understand very clearly that there is no insurer that will protect you. There is no state or federal government agency that can protect you, because under our laws that were designed to protect the public, okay, that is domestic terrorism. So today it stops. Our women don't want it, our children don't want it, our men don't want it, and the pregnant women, it's harming them, it's killing them, okay? So you can't do it. Today it stops. 30 days to cease all business activity, directly and indirectly, giving poisons, toxins, chemicals of a mind-altering substance to any person. Now, the friendly part of it, okay, it's a fun but serious post. The friendly part of it is that we all need to work together, okay? Our state leaders in Queensland, our federal leaders in Australia, and all of the men, women and children of Queensland, especially the pregnant women, we all need to work together to support the Public Safety Act of 86, because together Queensland will be a better place, okay? People are going to be voting on these issues. This is a highly contentious voting issue for the Queensland state elections, October 26, 2024. Now, let me explain why. If a leader doesn't actively support the people of Queensland under the Public Safety Act, what they're saying is they're directly going against it, which means they have no respect for the public, they have no thoughts for the public, and they don't care about the public, because you can't be on both sides of the fence. You can't be supporting the women and children not to have these crimes committed against them, and the men as well. And you can't be supporting the foreign corporations that are interfering in our health, religion, politics, lawmaking, education, finances, all areas of Queensland, okay? It's wrecking our economy. We're not going to be sending any more money overseas. We're not going to be making foreign overseas corporations rich, or Queenslanders be rich. Okay, increasing taxes in any way, shape or form is not going to lower the cost of living. What's going to lower the cost of living is stop sending the money out of Queensland and Australia, because the money is here and things will go down in price. So I love yous all. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. If there's any people that are Australian residents, love a public debate. You know, tea, coffee, shake hands, be friends at the end. Have a public debate so the public can decide, because it's not about me. It's not about the leaders of Queensland, not about leaders of Australia. It's about the people of Queensland, the people of Australia, okay? But the leaders there wouldn't even be leaders if the people didn't select them, didn't vote for them. So, you know, this is how we work in a free country. So we love yous all. And it's just a quick note to all the domestic terrorists. Once again, different people got named on different days, so you got different time limits, but you know, ignoring this or thinking that it's not real, or thinking that the laws of Queensland aren't there to protect the people of Queensland, or to think that you might have a friend or family member or a mate in some sort of a political situation where you've paid money to other people, has to stop. So the insurers can't protect you. The state and the federal government are going to protect the people because we vote for the leaders. You guys aren't even Australian residents. You don't have a phone number here. You don't have a business here. No ABN number. You know, yeah, no accountability. So the answer is no. Domestic terrorism stops in Queensland today. Love and peace to all. Tell all your friends and family. Spread the good news, because October 26th, very special day for me and my wife, okay? Last year, it's the day our son went to heaven, and this year, it's our son's 1-year birthday anniversary. So I'm personally going to be doing all I can to promote a better Queensland, a better Australia, a better future. I'm genuinely concerned about the next generation. We have to do something ASAP before this election. If we don't, the next generation is going to cop it big. Okay, our children and grandchildren, they're not going to have the same opportunities as us. They're never ever going to be able to afford their own house. They're going to be too sick and to do anything. It's just going to be a horrible place to live. It'd be like $5 a litre petrol at least, $20 for a Big Mac, you know, $1 million for a tiny 1-bedroom apartment. And Queenslanders don't want that. Australians don't want that. So domestic terrorism stops today in Queensland, in Australia. Tell your mates, tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody, get the word out there, because yeah, voting day is coming up, folks, and we all need to tell everybody about it. Love yous all. Have a great day.